Hi everyone, Breba Santi here, Senior Solution Engineer for our APAC team, focusing in on what we have released for half one 2024 in Nintex Process Manager. It has been a wild ride, so let's take a look at what we have in a summary. Half one for us is July to December. We've done some role management via SCIM. I'll give you a couple of tidbits on that in a second. Updated our search interface and improved indexing. Localization support for French, French Canadian, German, Spanish. This is our phase one. Don't worry, there's more to come. Updated dashboards and process attributes. You'll see that as I jump into demo mode shortly. And we've also included linking documents into our process models as we continue to really bring our process modeling capability up to parity with our procedure process mapping styles. Now, wait, there is more. We have done a lot, and there is some pre-release information that I will be sharing with you today. Just as a heads up before 2025, one is updated our documents look and feel as we continue to bring in our UI into a more modern look and feel for our users. We also have introduced AI, and I'll give you a little summary of that before we jump into product. But these two are key areas in our design capability. So generating process from prompt, being able to use generative AI to actually articulate a process and have the solution actually generate that into a procedure format for you. It's pretty clever, and you'll see today a pretty fun example. And then we also have process capture. So where we actually want to record someone working through a bunch of systems within a process, capturing and using all our best practice writing techniques to then translate that recording into a procedure. We want to make it easier for those of you really going for it in the process space, really bringing our line of business into the process creation phase so that we can manage those processes really effectively and, of course, take them through an improvement and continuous improvement journey. Now, I said about AI here at Nintex. Nintex are using AI to help people get their jobs done faster and in a more scalable and efficient manner. I just want to call out our three core personas we are designing for. AI for design, all of those in the innovation and improvement space. We are talking about creating, designing a process, capturing a process, right through to those improvements that we're making to them. The other side is AI for runtime, improving end user experience and efficiency. So we're talking about making it easier to access information. You can see that in some of the basics that we've done around search, UI, but there is way more to come in 2025, and I'm so excited about it. AI for optimize, continuously identifying new opportunities for value. It is so tricky in this day and age to pick and choose where we're investing our time and effort, in particular with our technology teams. So, here at Nintex, we are going to continuously bring that data to a surface level that makes it far easier for you to make really informed, data-driven decisions about where you are putting those teams to get real time to value as quickly as possible. All right, two key call outs here. What large language model are we using here at Nintex? We do leverage the Azure Open AI GTP large language model. If you're a geek, go ahead and Google it or reach out to a Nintex customer, and one of us can absolutely come and have that kind of discussion with you. And two, security, right? I just want to call out, we are not training today on any of our models on any customer data. Sorry, I'll say that again. We are not training today any of our models on customer data. So if you're a Nintex Process Manager customer today and you know one of your competitors are, please note that none of your data in any of your processes will be used as part of our AI capabilities. So one, we are keeping any of that interaction, that generative AI analyzing actually secured in within your own environment. And of course, access control and governance will play a huge part in this as we continue to roll this out through 2025 into your environments. Okay, couple of administrative releases here. We've done some role updates to our via SCIM API. So for those of you administering users today manually, you can absolutely provision users using Microsoft Entra ID, Okta, or Postman. This is the ability to create, update, or disable users, and it includes some role management as well. So please do jump in to help if you're looking for more information. Our search interface update covers a range of different areas, in particular making that access to information far more easier. One core key call out for those of you really going for it in process culture is the ability to actually copy and share a URL of a search result. So when you think about training wider teams, this can be really critical to bookmark key searches that they may need. Definitely worth having a look again into some of those features and functionality, and infinite scrolling, just making far more performance improvements behind the scenes in Process Manager as well. Alrighty, let's jump into product and take a look at what we have been doing. And let's start with creating a process, right? What we're going to do is jump into a bit of a fun one that I've got here. We're going to prepare Santa's sleigh for present delivery. I know many of us have kids, so why not? Jump into edit mode here, and the first thing you'll see is this pre-release coming. So we can either start manually and build out our procedure from scratch, but let's give the AI a chance to do it for us. So I've already created the process name, popped it into a process group. It's sitting in warehousing and inventory. I've got an objective here. We want to get those presents out for all kids really quickly. Of course, I can do a background and it has an expert and owner. So all those basics are absolutely in place. Now, what we're going to do is get really detailed about what we need to prepare Santa's sleigh for present delivery in a summary format. So we want to prepare Okay, so I'm giving it a few tips and hints on what I'm looking for in this particular process. Now we're going to generate a draft. While that kicks off, I'll just explain this a little more simply. So, of course, this is a bit of a fun example to show you today, but realistically, when you're bringing and onboarding people into Process Manager, some part of the kind of change journey can be just getting the concept of adding activities, tasks, and also to our best practice writing techniques. What is making it far easier for us to review, read, and use a process. So by using this generative AI tool, we can actually get a starting point, right? What you can see here is the tool's gone away. It's actually clearly articulated a range of activities, tasks. It's even got some notes here, and it's going right through to delivery progress. All right, that's actually a really, really well done piece of tech and a live demo. So here we go. Gather presents and supplies. Again, we can see core activities grouped nicely. We do need to assign some roles. I'm pretty sure I don't have elves and Santa in my role capability, but that's okay. We can see the very clear tasks that are required, preparing snacks for Santa and the reindeer. Very good. We've got things like wrapping paper and ribbons called out here too. Ensure that all presents are labeled. That's a very good note. And of course, we can come and refine this from here. Let's go ahead and continue to editor. So what else have we got? Load presents onto the sleigh, check the sleigh for any damages, some of that safety information coming into play, inspections, safety equipment, prepare the reindeer, feed them with appropriate snacks, check the health of the reindeer, harness them onto the sleigh. What a beautifully written process. Okay, let's save that in. We'll let Process Manager do the work, and I'll give you a quick look at our new map area. So of course, I don't actually have some roles here. We can go ahead and do our editing, but we've got that nice baseline. But just so you can see, we have really changed this map or canvas area of the map, making it far easier for us to really zoom into specific areas, in particular for those bigger processes where we're really looking at it from a more BA angle for improvement. This is a huge help. What we've done is move process attributes over here to a side view. We've got a summary, change log. Any documents will be listed here nicely for our end user to pick up and actually use them as they're working through the process. Our cycle costs, and also systems. And this has actually picked up a system for us to come and link into. Of course, we can get a little smarter with a smarter process or real business example, but it gives you an idea of how our process attributes are looking now to the side, making it, again, far easier for our end users to really use a process map on the go. Okay, coming into our dashboard changes, this is a big UI improvement. We've really gone for a modern look and feel, so I'll let that load up to the side here. We can drill into our documents, use some filters, of course, and then we have this wee ellipsis over here to view and acknowledge process changes on the go. If we come across the tool here, you'll see there's a whole range of different changes, again, that look and feel really more modern than it was, as Process Manager has been in market for quite some time. Another big call out is our localization. So what I'll do here is actually just jump into my profile and show you what I mean by that. Now this can be set on your site configuration for those of you watching from overseas. We've released already French, German, Spanish, and Canadian French. Now, when we change that, for me, I'm doing it as a specific user here. So you can configure user by user. The default is in English. What you can see is it changes the entire UI to that specific language, making it, again, far easier for user adoption into Process Manager. And yes, don't worry, we will continue to bring more localization within the tool. Alrighty, now let's go ahead. Actually, I should change this back to English to make it a little easier for myself as an English user. And what we are going to do is come over and create a process using process capture. Again, another very exciting feature that's coming into our tool. And I'm going to pop this under sales and marketing. What we're going to do is create a prepare to go on holiday process. Okay, so I'm going to own this. And I just want you to think about those types of processes that you have in your organization where you've got a lot of different systems you're using, and sometimes we might be doing like a month end or a quarterly type review process. We don't always know exactly where those bits and pieces are, and each month there might be some frustrating parts of that process for you. We can just start by capturing that process to understand how we're working within it. So instead of using the generate draft from AI feature here, I'm going to come down to our capture functionality. And this works through a wee widget that I've actually installed into my local machine. You'll see it's working quite hard to bring that up on screen, but here we are. all that install instruction is right here in Process Manager. And what we do as an end user is just launch it. So I'm going to open this Process Capture tool and give you a really quick example. I'm going to set myself up to go on holiday. Simple things like preparing my out of office. We can see that we widget coming down here on the screen as it loads. You won't actually be able to see it. It doesn't like being recorded because it is a recording software. It's actually taught not to be shown on screen. So what I can see on my main laptop screen here, I'm actually working across 3 screens, is the Wii Process Capture tool initializing. And I want to do this in live time today for you to get a feel of how this tool is actually maturing into our Process Manager environment. So what it's doing is it's booting up. I haven't actually opened it today. It's taking a minute to initialize. And while that loads, I'll just make sure I haven't missed any key release notes for you. We have touched on that role management, updated search interface, localization, the dashboard and process attributes. I was going to show you linking a document and process models. So we'll do that while we're waiting for Process Capture to launch. Jumping into my process modeling, what we are going to do is take a look at my help desk request, and what we can see here. So over here, a pretty simple process model, but what we have included is the ability to now add or link our documents. So we can either search for a specific document or browse those by group or tag, just like we do in our process mapping capability. This is really helpful for those of you in doing more technical process writing, giving you the ability to actually bring in, say, a requirements document or link out to specific areas that are more critical, like a project plan even. Yeah, really helpful information. Okay, let's jump back over and take a look at our process to prepare to go on holiday. And as I said, we're going to use that process capturing. So we're going to come down to the capture area and not write the process, not use GAI to create me a starting point, but actually capture us working through the process in our environment. Launching Process Capture, open Process Capture, really simple for end user. Of course, we will have downloaded that widget. You can see it popping up over here. And what we are going to do is let that load up. And start capturing. Okay, so what we're going to do is start with a really simple process. I always forget as a person where my out of office is in my Outlook. I must need more holidays. Anyway, we're simply going to send automatic replies, of course, set a date range, and I am back on the 6th of January. So I'll set those up, and hi there, I'm on annual leave. Really simple. I'm just capturing the wee steps here, 20th of December to the 6th of Jan. That's my internal one done, and I'll return to my desk on the 6th of Jan. Make sure that the wonderful team here at Nintex is aware. Okay, copy that over. So a good thing to note here is yes, Process Capture does track keyboard commands, and not only that, I can actually work on multiple screens. In fact, today I'm working across 3 screens for this process that we're capturing. So I'm going to jump down. Hi there. There we go. What have I got that I say lovely things to you as our customers? Yep, your Nintex contact. Because of course you're going to jump on the phone, call your account manager and say, how do I get my hands on all these cool new tools in Process Manager? Or I will reply, okay, so out of office is now on. That's one step, right? A couple of other things. We'll jump over to Slack, little scary to show you that environment. So I've prepped it so it's not full of all my messages, and just update my status. I just want to show you a couple of interactions across a few systems here. I'm going to pop in the on holidays. That's how we communicate here at Nintex across a range of our teams. And back to my process capturing tools because I'm set up, ready to go on holiday. I'll push the stop button, and you can't see that in this recording. It actually doesn't love to be recorded because, of course, it's not trying to get in the way of us capturing this procedure. Coming down here, we will see that capture come into play, and we can see what I was working through. A range of different tools here. Slack, it's picked up a couple of other tools, that Outlook as well. So what it's actually doing is picking up all of my clicks. We can do things like expand it to really get a look at exactly what the end user did when they were exploring through each of those steps. And into each of those areas, we can see the automatic replies I did. It's picking up a wee interesting thing here. It mustn't love this particular part of Outlook, but that's okay, all learning. Send automatic replies, sees what I typed. Let's go ahead and generate that procedure. So what's really cool about both of these AI features that I'm bringing to you at the end of this year is that we have actually really worked hard to refine it to our best practice writing techniques for procedure-based process writing. So it's actually going to look at all of those captures, those clicks, and not generate each of those as an activity or a task, but actually use our grouping logic, our task logic, and really go ahead and ensure that we get a baseline for this process right. So configure automatic replies. It's grouped all of those steps in Outlook. It then knows I went to Slack and updated that status really clearly. Then I closed the Outlook and opened Nintex. How easy is that? When you think about a finance team working through a month end of quarter, a bigger process that's actually quite tricky, this is absolutely a quick way to get that baseline of how we're working and capturing, and capturing that baseline of a process so that we can really refine it from here. Hey, look, I hope that you all have an amazing holiday season. We look forward to, in 2025, bringing these beta features to you. If you're interested in getting involved and having a look further at some of these capabilities, our account managers, of course, have some deep dives that are very business orientated, that we've worked with product on to bring to market. And of course, we have a timeline in place to bring this to your hot hands within your environment. I look forward to working with you again in 2025, and helping you really work out where and how you're going to bring some of these new features into play. All the best. Take care. See you next year.